What's good, everybody? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking the thumbnail. Today, we're going to be talking about The Gray Man on Netflix, doing a spoiler review, breaking down the things that we liked and disliked about the movie. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. Most of the views come from those who aren't subscribed, and we would appreciate you getting us to that 1,000 mark. We're creeping right along the way, and we would appreciate it if you jumped aboard, came back to the channel, and checked out more movie reviews, trailer reactions, and just all the different things we tend to do here on the channel. Talking about The Gray Man, this is a Netflix movie, and the thing that's important to note about this being a Netflix movie is that Netflix movies do the same thing. When I reviewed The Man from Toronto, I said they take a few elements of what the movie is about, and then they do those elements really well. So The Man from Toronto was an action comedy. The action, pretty good. Comedy, pretty good. Everything else, not that good. The same thing holds true here, but it's way better overall. And this movie, to me, is impressive for a Netflix film, and that is exactly what I mean. They hit other areas of movie making really well when it comes to The Gray Man. Visually, the performances from everybody are very good, and the action is so good throughout the movie. The gunplay, the sound design with the difference between a pistol, a rifle, and a tranq gun, like all that stuff really stood out in my mind. All the explosions, all the stunt work, all that stuff was really, really nice. And again, all the performances were really good because the cast that you have here is amazing. Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, Regé-Jean Page, I think that's how you name it. The guy from Bridgerton, he's also in this. Jessica Henwick, who I really liked here, also from Iron Fist, as well as The Matrix 4. She did good in everything I've seen her in. She did great in this role. You got old Billy Bob Thornton in there, who looks young for a portion of the film, and it's like the hair and makeup actually did a decent job making it look like it was 20 years ago. You got Alfred Woodard, who's in there, who they also aged up and aged down, and again, she did a good job, and I love the way her character ends her story like a G. I really enjoyed her. And even Kalan Mulvey, and I'm saying his name wrong. I normally just refer to this guy as the KG Beast from the BVS movie from DC. Like, that's how I normally refer to the guy, but even he did a good job in the small role that he was placed in and kind of kicking off the story. And moving from an amazing cast and amazing visuals to the story, I think when you criticize this movie, the story is the weakest part along with the pace. The scores for both of those are gonna drag this movie score down overall for me because the story feels so bland and so like reminiscent of all the other secret agent things that we've seen. It's basically boiled down to one simple thing. Somebody has something that we want. Go get it from that person. Oh, I want to keep it. Okay, now we're gonna kill you. I'm gonna fight for the rest of the movie to survive and keep the thing. That's the movie, and that feels so generic when I think about secret agent movies. It's not a big deal, but the story itself, to me, is super forgettable. Like, I don't care what was on the drive. I just know the pursuit of that drive led to a whole bunch of great action scenes. Moving from that though to the whole bunch, I feel like the last 30 minutes of the movie is just like, man, you should have wrapped the story up a little bit sooner. I feel like you could have cut at least 20 minutes off of this movie and just had it tighter at the end. I think specifically to the last fight with Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling. You know, she had the shot set up to take Ana de Armas. I don't know if I mentioned her in the cast, but Ana de Armas was great in it. She had a great little action scene toward the end where she just ran through everybody. She was impressive. And she had a shot lined up at the end, and he's like, nah, forget the shot, come get the girl. Ah, man, you could have just shot him and like turned things on his head, just did a difference from what we normally see in these traditional action movies. Like, you see the bad guy and the good guy square off at the end, and I'm like, it was a fine action scene. It was some good fighting. It's just, I would have rather them just go ahead and shoot Chris Evans and let's end this movie now, because we already know how it's gonna end. Chris Evans is gonna lose this fight. Even if he takes a whole lot out of Ryan Gosling, he's gonna lose the fight. There's no stakes to be had here. So let's just end it in a surprising way. And as soon as the little girl was clear, she just took the shot. Done, like done. He's out of there. And now let's move forward with the rest of the setup for sequels, because that's all the last 10 minutes was, setting up for sequels. Entertainment-wise, this thing is stupid entertaining, and it lends itself to being rewatched. But I don't think I would actually rewatch the entire thing which also leads to it not me having a super high rewatchability score in my little catalog of how I run things down. Because while the first half of the movie is a lot of action, a lot of setup, and the stuff that you don't mind revisiting, to sit down through the whole thing again, it felt long the first time, it's gonna feel longer on repeat viewings, guaranteed. Overall, I think the movie was good. It was a good Netflix produced film. Joe and Anthony Russo knew exactly what they wanted to do here. They did it pretty well. I think releasing this on Netflix was probably the right way to go. I don't think for the budget, it would have made the money in theaters that they expected it to make. But this is much better than something like The Man from Toronto, because there's gonna be people that talk about The Gray Man and talk about it like it's a must-see movie. And while I don't think it's a must-see movie, it is worth somebody signing up for Netflix to take a look at that, as well as all the other stuff that's good on Netflix. The reason why I was so hard on The Man from Toronto is because The Man from Toronto is a good example of what people would not want if they were paying the price for Netflix. Like, I paid $20 a month with advertisements for this. This is not worth it. If you pay $20 a month with advertisements for this, The Gray Man, I think that, in most people's opinion, would be, hey, this is kind of worth it if I can get a high caliber film like this once every few months, exclusive to this package that I'm paying for. I think, people will be satisfied. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Make more of these, is what I would say. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Hope I laid them all down quite efficiently. Tried to make the video short, tried to get straight to the point. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good, because The Gray Man is good.